forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
The new state-of-the-art showroom at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach is now open. And let me tell you, it's amazing. If you're looking for a brand new 2020 to 2025 Kia, there is something for you. Every car has so many awesome features, it will be hard to pick just one. Plus, the safety tech and that unbeatable 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. There's peace of mind in every mile. If you've been putting off car shopping, now's the time. Don't wait any longer. Get down to Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach, trade keys, and drive home a new Kia today. So, which one will you choose? See my friend Lonnie Mister at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach and find out why there are more Kias on the road every day. Call 800-NEW-KIAS or Lonnie at 561-433-1511 and check us out online at greenwaykiawestpalmbeach.com. Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach, where your new Kia is waiting for you.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See kia.com or retailer for details.
This is ESPN 106.3's Mike Rizzo. Recently, I had the pleasure of speaking with Dr. Michael Stark, a spine surgeon in the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group. When it comes to spine injuries, Dr. Stark says there can be a misconception.
It's broad. Everyone thinks back would just be pain, but that's not always the case. In the spine is all your nerves, your spinal cord and your nerves that come out into the lumbar spine. Problems that you can see with those aren't just pain necessarily. Those are the more obvious, but you can see numbness. Patients can come in without pain, but they may have weakness in their leg or in their arm, and that may be from a pinched nerve that's higher up in the spine somewhere. So those are usually more alarm type symptoms where I would say you need to get evaluated, but it could also be something simple like a muscle strain or pull where it would end up with back pain or tightness that could result in symptoms prompting care.
That's Dr. Michael Stark with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362 or go online to pbhnphysiciangroup.com.
Spring training has arrived at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Come to America's busiest ballpark to see the Miami Marlins and St. Louis Cardinals take the field before the season begins. Bring your groups, celebrate your birthdays or anniversaries, experience our VIP batting practice, and get up close on field with the pros. Visit RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com or stop by the ticket office today to purchase your spring training experience. See you at the ballpark.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
So the Sixers trusted the process, and what it came to be was Joel Embiid. The question we answer today, was it worth it?
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. What's today? February 24th. We're almost all out of February. February, man, we're running out of days. Few more left here. Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches week here in Palm Beach County in the Treasure Coast, South Florida. Has the PGA Tour in town. It's nothing but good things going on. Good vibes all around. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. Yeah, that's right. Right back at it. My guy C-Cat on the other side of the glass on the ones and the twos. We both agreed. Like, yo, this was what a whirlwind of a weekend. Not a lot of stuff happening in the world of sports, but like just so much in life. Like it was just like point A to point B to point C to point D, and then all of a sudden I woke up and it was Monday morning and it was raining.
I've got so much laundry that was washed, dried, but not folded. It's all sitting in the big basket there.
Why not fold it?
Because that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
It's easy to take all your dirty clothes, put it in the wash.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder, but still easy to transfer it over from washer to dryer, because if you don't do that, you get like smelly clothes.
Yeah.
But it's hard to commit to 45 minutes of grueling hell in folding your clothes.
Here's the thing. I want to pump the brakes right here for the listening audience. I do understand that theoretically speaking is not a show that maybe you're able to watch every 2 hours of every single day. Even though we are Monday through Friday, you can just tell your smart speaker, play ESPN 106.3 right at 2 o'clock, and boom, you get C-Cat and Theo right in your home, right over your smart speakers, maybe on the radio or on YouTube at ESPN West Palm. If you are a regular listener and a fan of Theoretically Speaking, first and foremost, thank you. You deserve all of the good things in life, including more episodes of Theoretically Speaking. But if you're not, you might have missed in the past that C-Cat actually did tell us what his responsibility in the household was. And you did say that you played one singular part when it came to the laundry cycle, and it wasn't washing, it wasn't drying, it was just specifically folding.
Yeah.
So if I am to put those two pieces of evidence together, what you're saying is your girlfriend Deanna did all the heavy lifting this weekend. She did her job. She played her role like a superstar. She's first team all laundry, and you're the scrub on the end of the bench that couldn't get it done.
Listen, we're at impasse here because of some issues that me and my girlfriend have done in the past, because of the arguments that we've had over this one core issue, laundry.
Yeah.
She has decided that she's not going to wash the clothes if I don't fold them.
What?
So then I'm thinking, well, if I don't have washed clothes, I don't have clothes. So now I am doing the washing and the drying, and the sacrifice that I'm willing to make is having wrinkly clothes because I'm not folding the clothes.
Wow. You know what?
A man's got to have clean underwear and socks.
You know what? Congratulations to Deanna for standing her ground. She says you have not been playing your role in a sufficient manner. So she set a new standard, new expectations in the Cat household. So now that you're in charge of the full laundry process, it is you're seeing just how daunting of a task it can be. I get it.
It's in ruins, man.
I get it.
You know, the dirty laundry is spilling over, and it's getting too close to the laundry that I know is clean. So I need to remove that and put it in a different room so there's no mistaking. Yeah.
It's a process. It is cyclical, and the weird part, the toughest part about laundry is there's always more laundry to be done. It's a never-ending process. It is like Groundhog's Day. Another thing that's like Groundhog's Day is the news, like the one that we had break over the weekend in regards to the National Basketball Association, in regards to one of the maybe 5 most talented players on this planet. Stop me if you've heard this before, C-Cat. Here's a report from Shams Charania of ESPN. The Philadelphia 76ers and Joel Embiid are consulting doctors and considering alternative options such as surgery for his injured left knee, sources told ESPN on Sunday. Both sides have hoped for progress in Embiid's condition, but his determination to play and current treatments, including the regular injections, sources said, have not led to any improvement. We saw Joel hobbling through his Summer Olympics in Paris, France with Team USA, but finding a way to stick around on that roster long enough to be able to get a gold medal. Congratulations to him and Team USA. Love so far what I've seen out of the documentary on Netflix. Still need to make some time to finish it. We saw him then also limp his way into this NBA season only a couple of weeks or so after signing a 3-year, $192 million fully guaranteed extension with the Sixers. We saw him limp into an NBA season where you can tell he was not fully in shape and he was not right. His body was not all the way right. Last year, he played 39 games. This year, it seems like he's on the brink of being shut down for the rest of the season as the Sixers look to try and move forward, likely try and keep their first-round draft pick from going to the Thunder. I'll get into the minutia and the details of all of that because that gets a little bit more sticky, a little more specific. But the overarching theme to this is, C-Cat, when the Sixers drafted that big fella out of Kansas University, 7 foot, Cameroon native, all of the personality in the world, just was really getting his English right. But you can tell by the way he ran the floor and his footwork and his rim protection that this guy could be a star in the NBA today. It wasn't like the Sixers got him with the number 1 pick in the 2014 draft. Well, he fell to them at number 3. And the reason being, we knew that man, as talented as he can be, as high as his ceiling is, his floor is his unavailability, his durability issues. He had injury concerns coming into the NBA draft, and that was the only reason why he was not the surefire number 1 overall pick, which that ended up being Andrew Wiggins to the Cavaliers before LeBron made them trade him out the window. Okay, so we knew the risk involved when you drafted Embiid. He sits out the first couple of seasons due to injury, and some of that is the Sixers at that time. Remember, they were tanking. What's my guy's name? I forget his name. the king of the tank with the Philadelphia 76ers. Now I'm just thinking Daryl Morey. What was his name? You remember?
I'm getting the information right now.
Pull it up. The general manager for the Sixers, known for Hinkie, Sam Hinkie. Sam Hinkie, general manager of the Sixers, who began the process by literally his whole thing with the NBA draft was it's an inexact science. The only way to be good in the NBA is to be able to land a talent like a Joel Embiid, like a number 1 overall pick or a top 5 pick. So he said instead of us sticking around in the middle class of the NBA, think Atlanta Hawks, think Charlotte Hornets from time to time. He said, how about we just be really bad for 3 or 4 years, stockpile those top 5 picks, and then execute them, hoping that we get a couple generational talents through the door. That's how they end up getting Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons and Nerlens Noel and the other Jahlil Okafor, right? But again, like he said, it's an inexact science. Embiid hits, kind of. We'll get into that. But Nerlens Noel, where is he now? Ben Simmons, he's literally a contract. I don't think he plays again in the NBA once this contract expires because of his lack of ability to either want to shoot or even want to play basketball at sometimes. And Jahlil Okafor, he flopped like a couple of years in. That was a very swift experiment. I believe also involved in that was Michael Carter-Williams at one point, a high first-round pick by the Sixers that didn't work out so well. And I might be missing out on another name, but they did exactly what Hinkie wanted to do, and it resulted in the generational talent that was Joel Embiid. But CCAT, that came with an asterisk. That came with a large asterisk, and the asterisk is exactly what we're dealing with today and what we've dealt with in every single season that has ended in disappointment for the Sixers. Joel Embiid, as great as he can be, he is inextricably tied to his inability to show up on the basketball court because of the lingering issues with his body, because of his lack of durability. There was a stat that came out, CCAT, like about the amount of games missed Embiid has had and the amount of money he has been paid for specifically those games missed. This year, he finally crossed over the threshold, right, of games missed versus games played per the $1 million he's being paid for each, right? Because when you have a fully guaranteed contract and you sit these games out, you still get paid.
That's what that word guarantee means.
Yeah.
You're getting that money.
You're getting that money. And this year, because of the games missed and because of the size of his contract extension with the Sixers, he has officially now been paid more money for sitting out of NBA games than he has been paid for the money that he's been playing. That is an incredible statistic to try and like consume. Not if you're just a Sixers fan or in the Sixers front office, but just as a fan of the NBA in general. Like, what the hell are we doing? Those are a lot of sick days.
Yeah, a lot of sick days. And, like, if this was the Players Association versus the owners, like, this would be the court case.
Yes.
It would be the people versus Joel Embiid and the people being the owners and trying to figure out some way for this not to happen again to anybody because this is not good.
It's not.
I mean, what is Joel Embiid worth to the Sixers injured? It is quite literally only the jersey sales and maybe season ticket holders that are hoping for the best that they'll see Joel Embiid more often than not, and they don't. They actually do not.
Couple funny tweets.
That's true.
Couple funny tweets.
He brought the DX chop back. That was fun for a postseason.
Oh, my gosh. The Joel Embiid experience, he is an enigma, man. His story, his NBA career is going to be one that it deserves a couple 30 for 30s. It deserves a few Netflix documentaries. And it also is going to be one that I believe that general managers across the NBA for years to come, for decades to come, when there is another top 5 pick, specifically a big man who has these kind of durability issues, but also has that level of talent, he's going to be one of the case studies that they're going to go over of, okay, was it worth it for the Sixers? You think about Embiid, you think about a Ralph Sampson way back in the day, you think about, Bill Walton was a little different because that came about after the draft, but more specifically, you think about a guy like Greg Oden. Because when I look at Joel Embiid and what we knew about him coming into the draft, and also what his career has actually come to be now that we're about, 10, 11 years into it, it reminds me of the promise that came along with Greg Oden. The difference is modern medicine has either increased in a certain way that has allowed Embiid to make a very injury-riddled career turn into millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Like a Frankensteining way of getting him out on the court.
Yeah. Because imagine if Greg Oden was able to play less regular season games and sit out back-to-backs and also be able to take care of his body in the way that Embiid is doing today. He might have had the same exact career we're watching Embiid having, where it's like peaks and valleys, but the peaks are so high with Joel Embiid. I think that gets discredited to an extent with NBA fans because of the big flops at the end of the year. Like, C-Cat, if I were to tell you, like, because it's hard. His Q rating is so weird right now with Joel Embiid. So this is going to feel almost sacrilegious to say. But I do believe Joel Embiid, at the peak of his powers, when he's in shape and he's healthy, he is the most dominant NBA player of the past decade.
Yeah, you just watch his highlight tape.
You can't stop him.
Yeah, exactly. Just what he's able to do in and around the paint, because he also has like extended outside the paint.
Yes.
He also can hit jumpers.
He was on pace. I believe it was 2 years ago, and it was in his NBA his MVP year from the 2022 season. He actually had an efficiency rate that was higher than a year that Wilt Chamberlain had when he dropped 50 points a game. Like the scoring efficiency that he was actually like hitting at that point in the season. It teetered off because of injuries, which is the story of Embiid, but he was averaging like 36, 37 a game. He's also not a, detriment on the other side of the court. He's also one of the top 5 best defenders since he's entered the league.
Which makes this so frustrating if you are a 76ers fan. Because when you are an angry fan, you like to have someone to be angry at, but the same reason why you are relevant is the same reason why you are not relevant to actually do anything in the playoffs.
Yes.
The reason why the Sixers are a topic of conversation is because of Joel Embiid when he's at his best. The reason why you can never take them seriously is because Joel Embiid's lack of staying healthy.
Joel Embiid is one of the largest, most just prevalent oxymorons in sports right now. He's an enigma. It's hard to gauge what his value actually is because you never know when that value is going to be able to show up on the court for you. And as the Sixers try and figure out what they do, not just going forward this year, but for their near future, as they are now tied to this contract for the next 4 years, fully guaranteed, more than $200 million going to Joel Embiid's pockets. I asked the question today that should have been asked weeks ago, months ago, years ago. Has the Joel Embiid experience been worth it? For Sixers fans, for the Philadelphia organization, and for the NBA at large. Him being able to preserve his body just enough to look like one of the 10 greatest players to ever touch a basketball. And I do mean that. I don't even mean that is not hyperbole. When Joel Embiid is healthy and he is in shape, he is that dominant to where he's one of the 10 best talents in the history of basketball. That's the reason why they put up with all of his injuries. That's the reason why they put up with his inability to stay healthy, be on the court, be available. They put up with him criticizing the fans in the middle of a playoff series. They put up with all of that because the juice is worth the squeeze when he's not literally wringed out like a towel when it comes to his body's ability to stay durable. He's that good. And the problem is, for some fans, I think him being that good, but then always coming up short because of his body, it almost just discredits his whole career. People are not taking into consideration what this guy actually is when he's actually good on the basketball court. And it's infuriating, but it's justified. See, Kat, I'm confused by this whole situation.
Yes, because that word you use, career, you can knock every little bit of Joel Embiid's career because that's what we're judging him on.
Yeah.
We can't judge his career when he's not playing, so you're going to get negative points for just that. But you can't criticize what he is when he's healthy. And he's, like you said, not hyperbolic.
No.
Like, just watch. Watch a Joel Embiid healthy game, and you will understand that if you're able to have this, maybe, what were we getting? You said 49% of the time he's off the court getting paid. If we were able to get maybe 80% of these games with Joel Embiid, he would be an all-time top player. But we're not getting that, so we can criticize his career.
We can. So this season, because of the knee injuries, the foot sprain, all of that, he's actually only played, out of 56 available games he could have played, he's only played 19. He's only played 19 games this year for the Sixers. He likely will not step on the court again. It hasn't been announced officially, but I can tell you with all certainty right now, C-Cat, this guy's not stepping on the basketball court again this year. Not just because of the money that the Sixers have tied up in him, but we've already acknowledged he has been hurting himself further by trying to play through these injuries. When you're that size and you have lower extremity injuries, you cannot continue to compound these things. Embiid is going to sit for the rest of the year. It's not just for the long-term health of him and the franchise, but also there's another thing going on. The Sixers' first-round pick this year, they don't actually fully own that, right? So they're terrible, right? They're way under their win total. They are 20-36. They have no shot of making the playoffs. They've lost 7 straight games, and the only thing lifting them up is the play of guard Tyrese Maxey, because even Paul George has been more efficient with his YouTube numbers than he has been on the hardwood. So for Joel Embiid, you sit him the rest of the year, and as you have right now the 6th best odds to get the number 1 pick in the draft, they are the 6th worst team in the NBA today. They actually need to make sure that they either tank further into that or stay right around that number, C-Cat, because their first-round pick is actually in the possession of the Oklahoma City Thunder if it lands outside of the top 6. So 7 through 30, it's going to go to OKC, who, again, let's look over at the Western Conference. Oh, yep, they're number 1. They're really good. So they want Embiid to play. They're like, please, play them into like the 8 or 9 slot. We can have a top 10 pick. We can continue to add on to what is a wealth of youth in Oklahoma City, whereas in Philadelphia, it is a wealth of really kind of, instability. I think that the Embiid sitting the rest of the year is good for everybody. I also do think that if they're able to get a top 5 pick because of it, this could be good for the long-term future of the franchise. Then you try and figure out, can we trade Embiid off? Can we figure out something with Paul George? How do we build around Tyrese Maxey? It's a good thing for them. But no matter what you do with those decisions, C-Cat, the question remains, has the past 11 seasons with Joel Embiid been worth it for the Philadelphia 76ers? And I say yes, but I say it with a small caveat. It's been worth it for him to keep them in contention and relevant since 2017. Every single year since about 2017, 2018, they've been considered a force in the East, a contender, and a squad that you don't want to see necessarily late in the season or in the playoffs. Oh, but the fact that Embiid kept on wearing down during the postseason. I do believe his whole career would be judged totally different if one literally miraculous play, one stroke of luck that went outside of the favor of the Sixers and Embiid had gone the other way. And this is all inextricably tied to the 2019 Game 7 buzzer beater by Kawhi Leonard from the corner. When he caught that ball and he's getting chased, doubled out of bounds, leaning back, hoist up a shot with such great elevation that he was able to get it over, right? And it must have hit the rim like 7 or 8 times and bounced out and back in and bounced out again before it fell. That shot changes so drastically what we think about with Joel Embiid and the Sixers, because the reason why we'll never really criticize Giannis Antetokounmpo again is because despite the playoff failures, despite the fall-offs and the big moments where he didn't come up big, he had that one year where he won a ring, and we saw him with a broken leg damn near carry the Bucks to a championship against the Suns. That was a great one. The reason why we don't even criticize Kawhi Leonard that much, because as unavailable as Embiid has been, go check that dude's track record.
Yeah.
It's been bad. But he has not just the championship with the Spurs, but he has that shot with the Raptors, which turned into a title win. Like, that shot changes everything, because I do believe, and how about this? Let's take a listen back to that shot. Let's take a listen back to Kawhi Leonard draining this shot and forever changing the trajectory of how we think of Kawhi versus Joel Embiid.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
Come on.
Game series. Toronto has won.
There is no words to describe. Like, when we talk about the all-time great shots in the NBA, but not just all-time great shots, the shots that literally changed the trajectory of multiple players, multiple stars' careers and their legacies. Think about the players and names involved in that game. Because Kawhi drains that shot and he goes on to win the NBA Finals, right? So this uplifts what we think about with this guy, winning a championship in multiple organizations, one of few players to do that. How about Ben Simmons, right, who was defending on that play, who we look at as one of the just ultimate disappointments in the NBA. What if Ben Simmons and the Sixers win that game? Kawhi doesn't hit that shot. The Sixers go on to win. The next series is against the Bucks, and the Bucks proved to just not have it in 2019. I do believe they won the first couple of games, and then the Raptors just 4 straight got them out of the way. And we know what happened in the NBA Finals. The Warriors, literally just the tread ran off the tires. Everybody got hurt. The Raptors walked their way into an NBA title. The winner of that game right there that we just listened back to is likely the NBA champion that year. So that would mean that Embiid would have had a ring in 2019. Ben Simmons would have had a ring in 2019. This changed the trajectory of the Miami Heat. Remember, at this point in time, the Miami Heat and Heat culture was I like to say, it was on ICU. It was on life support. You know, it wasn't dead, but it was going to be tough. We had to revive it. You know who else was on the Sixers during that game?
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy freaking Butler. If the Sixers win a title that year, and you know Jimmy, what we know about playoff Jimmy because of what happened after that game and him going to the Heat that offseason, what we know about the way that he elevates his game in the biggest moments and the way he was already doing that for the Sixers in that playoff run, I do believe a championship would have made them rethink prioritizing Tobias Harris over number 22. So that could have kept Jimmy in a Sixers uniform. That would have got Jimmy Butler a ring. That would have had Ben Simmons being called an NBA champion. And more so than anything, as we discuss what the career of Joel Embiid has been today, that would have validated the process. Sam Hinkie's whole process would have turned into what we would have called an experiment that was worthwhile because Embiid would have led them to a championship. And when you win a ring, all else is excused. Because Kawhi hit that miraculous shot, now 5 years later, we look back on all of the players involved in that series in a totally different light. Kyle Lowry might not be called the greatest Raptor. He might not have his jersey and everything, you know, hanging out of the rafters out there and whatever the hell they call that arena in Toronto.
We had more years of the Drake curse.
The Drake curse. The Drake curse would have lived on forever. Some people thought that broke the Drake curse.
Exactly.
So there's so many different things that spawned from that one very shot, which is why I say it's one of the 5 most pivotal shots in the history of the NBA. One of the biggest things it did was it allowed Joel Embiid's record, his career, and his experience with the Sixers to feel underwhelming despite his ability to be one of the greatest and most dominant players in the game. As we stand here today, was the Joel Embiid experience worth it for the Philadelphia 76ers? Them drafting him in 2014, knowing he was an injury risk, knowing that there was nothing they could technically do to promise he'd be a franchise superstar, but he still elevated to that, and now we're seeing the downtroddenness of it. Was it all worth it? I say yes, but with a caveat, because I do agree if you don't get a championship out of it, there's something left on the bone, but that caveat is all tied to that shot that Kawhi Leonard hit. What a crazy, crazy turn of events. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Answer that question for me today. Was Joel Embiid's run with the Sixers worth it as he prepares to sit out for the rest of the season and as that organization looks to see what is next for their franchise as they rebuild around Tyrese Maxey? I do believe it's all over with. It's set. It's done. He's never getting a ring. He'll never return to a level where he can be an MVP in this league because he will never play enough games in a regular season. It's done. But now that it is done, was it worth it? Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on Theoretically Speaking, baby. Baptist Health Hotline, you know the number now. 888-760-3776. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care is a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. In the YouTube chat, Jalen says, yo, that shot secured my dog Pat McCall's legacy, the only player in NBA history to win 3 titles in the first 3 years of his career. For people that don't remember, Pat McCall, who was on the Raptors for that one, I believe he goes to the Warriors the next year, and he wins in that weird year where nobody expected Golden State to win it. He wins in that year. And there was another one in there as well. I can't remember. But it was weird. His first 3 years in the league, he wins 3 NBA titles, and none of them had to do with his play.
I feel like the definition of so close yet so far, because I like your line of thinking where that shot by Kawhi Leonard robbed Philadelphia 76ers fans of not just a berth to the Eastern Conference Finals, but possibly an actual NBA championship. Yeah. So, yes, that was probably the best version of the Sixers that we saw. So close, but yet they still never made it to a conference finals.
And yes, McCall actually was with the Warriors were coming off of back-to-back championships with KD. McCall was on both of those teams and went to the Raptors and won. He was obviously the reason why all that magic was happening. And yes, one of the biggest criticisms and memes and jokes that people throw out about Embiid's career is that he's never been to an Eastern Conference Finals. He was right there. It was right there. You wouldn't have been able to say that anymore. He did enough to make it. It's just Kawhi Leonard made a miraculous shot that it low-key shouldn't have went in. Yeah, that shot shouldn't have went in.
And we seem to be in the age of parity in the NBA right now, entering it, seeing a different future than we saw with the repetitive LeBron or Warriors. LeBron or Warriors. We saw that for quite some time now. And yes, you can blame a lot of failures on the monopolized success at the top of the NBA during some of the 76ers' chances there.
Yeah.
But a berth to the Eastern Conference Finals. Not winning the East when LeBron's in there. Not winning the finals when the Warriors with the peak of their powers. But getting to the Final Four should have been attainable. And now that there is more parity, now that those berths are a little bit less few and far in between, now the wheels are actually coming off the Embiid wagon, and you're not seeing any chance.
It's over. It's over with for Embiid. It's over with for him leading a contender, being the best player, and they should retain that top 5 pick. They should try and squeeze something out of it, hope that you get Cooper Flag. And another series I think about, CCAT, as we get ready to get to the other side here, I think about the year that we learned Ben Simmons was scared of the moment. I think about 2021 Eastern Conference semifinals against Trae Young and the Hawks, where he had the layup, he had the shot at the rim, and he literally, I've never seen a professional athlete, a number 1 overall pick at that, be that afraid of the moment. That was crazy.
That was crazy because, Sixers fans can blame the 2019 Eastern Conference semifinals on just an unlucky bounce and some things that happened.
Yeah.
They can direct all their hate at Ben Simmons for that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. The 2 biggest times he had a chance to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, it was stuff that kind of happened out of his control. Could he have been better? Yes. But come on. On the other side, a guy that is not going to step up and act in the way that we would have expected, Shedeur Sanders. The decision he made over the weekend that has me incredulous and also calling a lot of y'all hypocrites. We discuss on the other side. That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. It's Theoretically Speaking on a Monday on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
What's up, Heat fans? This is Jason Jackson from your Miami Heat audio experience. From every earth-shattering dunk, throw it down, to every 3-ball from the land of milk and honey. For 3, splash! And everything in between. It's Skyhook, and he called it. ESPN West Palm has you covered. Make sure you are always locked in with your favorite station to catch every single Heat game with me in the game. It's time to ball, yo.
Hi, Kevin Dalton here from the Unlimited Auto Wash. Enjoy unlimited inside and out hand washes for just $49.95 per month. And during January and February, if you join our club, you'll only pay $25 a month for the first 2 months and then $49.95 thereafter. For more info, call 561-WASH-ME-TOO.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $889 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today. Don't miss out on this incredible course. And please, putt responsibly.
DQ Grill and Chill, always your first love for delicious treats. Enjoy the blizzard of the month, Red Velvet Cake Blizzard. Indulge in real red velvet cake pieces and cream cheese icing, blended with DQ Signature Soft Serve. Plus, the $7 meal deal remains in full effect. Your choice of a DQ cheeseburger or a 3-piece chicken strip basket served with fries, a drink, and a sundae for just $7. DQ Grill and Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Breaking news on ESPN 1063 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 1063 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 1063 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 1063 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Hey kids and teens, join us for Junior Golf Day at the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches on Tuesday, February 25th from 4 to 6 p.m. Each junior will play a 4-hole competition on the par 3 staple course. Do not bring clubs or balls. Everything will be provided for you. Parking is available at Mearsall Park beginning at 3 p.m. Visit the events section on our website at firsttpalmbeaches.org for more information. See you at the Cognizant Classic on Tuesday, February 25th.
ESPN 1063 is your home for live sports presented by Hard Rock Bet. Home of the Miami Heat, now the new home of Inter Miami. Catch all the games and the biggest matchups throughout the week right here on ESPN 1063. Hard Rock Bet, it's Florida's official sports book. Try Hard Rock Bet now and receive up to $100 back in bonus bets if your first bet does not win. Hard Rock Bet, roll with us. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling, call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hi, this is Evan Cohen with a message from the ESPN 1063 Science Lab. In April 2029, a 1,000-foot wide asteroid will approach Earth. Don't worry, though. The New York Jets front office has offered to draft the asteroid. It's guaranteed to miss by 30,000 miles. ESPN 1063, monitoring the heavens so you don't have to.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
What a weekend indeed. Again, not a lot of headlines out of sports, but definitely a lot of fun to be had. C-Cat, I know you went to a concert. You went kicked it. You had some friends come from out of town. Right? Did you do that as well?
That was a lie.
Oh, whoa. We got to get to that lie. We got to get to that lie here soon. I forgot about that part of the surprise being made up. Surprise gifts, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, what's that
Surprise
movie?
gifts.
Like the most, I'll get the reference after this.
Okay. Also, for me, I had a big one-on-one. Thank you, first and foremost. Thank you to the club at Lost Lake for having me, and Mark Calcavecchia, a legendary golfer, obviously 1989 Open champion. We talked about the Claret Jug. He and I, we talked about the Claret Jug, part of our conversation we had at Lost Lake. And he said it's the greatest trophy in all of sports. I told him it was in my top 5. He didn't think that was good enough, though. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He didn't think, I thought that, I was like, that's pretty
So show
solid.
me yours then. Like
He gave no other answers. I think he said the Stanley Cup was number 2. Lord Stanley's number 2. But yeah, I said Claret Jug is top 5 for me. It is, it's more of a niche trophy to a general sports fan, but it's a major champion trophy, and it's very unique. It's dope. So we had a great conversation at Lost Lake, so thank y'all for having us out there. That was a great moment, and big shout out to the golf club. I'll get out there. Me and you got to get out there and play some holes, man.
we have a match scheduled.
Yeah.
You've been talking a lot of trash via text about your golf game, so we got to put you to the test.
Rightfully so. And are we doing that at Lost Lake?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll hit the good people up and get out there to Lost Lake and kick it out there in Hope Sound. It'll be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Otherwise, in sports, we heard about a certain quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, making a decision that I just disagree with based on what we know about him. We're going to talk about that, but I do want to tell y'all Duffy Sports Grill is the place to go to watch any and all of your favorite sporting events. I've told you once, I've told you twice, man. Duffy Sports Grill once again voted the best sports grill in 2024. They've got the award-winning burgers, the award-winning wings, plus weekday lunch deals, baby. I like a good CCAT. We are suckers for deals around here on Theoretically Speaking.
Yes, I have a calendar of them, yeah.
How about this? The Duffy's Double Play starts at just $7.99. $7.99. All right, that's like better than a lot of fast food prices these days, and you're getting it from a real restaurant. Plus, you get the famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. So just make sure you sign up for free, get your Duffy's MVP card, start tracking your rewards, and you can earn some rewards today. And, of course, when you hang out at a Duffy's, you know you got 80 or more televisions to watch all of the action. You won't miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. At Duffy's, our game is always on. I thought Shedeur Sanders was a guy who had his game always on. The bravado, the personality, the competitiveness, like that is his edge, right? We know that he doesn't have the biggest arm in the NFL draft. We all agree, coming out of Colorado, what he was able to do in the Big 12, the way that he extended plays, the way that he threw the ball efficiently. He had a really high completion rating. He's a number 2 quarterback in this draft behind his good buddy, Cam Ward. We can agree that. It's weird, too, to me, C-Cat, that it seems like Shedeur agrees that Cam Ward is the better prospect.
Thinks that?
Yeah, you can tell. I don't know if you've seen a lot of the content they've been pushing out and the trash talk back and forth and whatnot. But you can tell based on their interactions and based on what Shedeur has said publicly, he does kind of, it feels like, and again, maybe this is just him being realistic and more realistic than I would expect a high-level athlete to be. But it seems like he has accepted the fact that Cam Ward is a step above him as a prospect and that the NFL GMs view them that way. So let's hear from Shedeur Sanders. Before we talk about him making the big decision to not throw in the NFL Combine, which I thought a guy like him with that level of bravado, with him maybe wanting to prove that he's better than Cam Ward, better than a Jackson Dart or other quarterbacks in the NFL draft, I thought he would be the guy to, like he did with the bowl game, step up to the plate and say, I compete. I show my stuff when it matters most. I will be throwing at the Combine. No, he won't be throwing at the Combine. He's just doing interviews. Take a listen, though, to Shedeur and him with Cam Ward and just where he thinks he falls in the NFL draft.
They gave you a completion percentage award, and all you did was throw check downs and bubble screens. That's actually crazy. If I did that, my completion percentage would be 90. I throw the ball downfield, you don't. You ran the ball. You had a run game. You had a run game.
That was a different sound that wasn't alluding to specifically what I'm saying, but that is one of the sounds of them working out, and I didn't like that either because what was Shedeur doing right there in the back and forth? If you heard, the first voice was Cam Ward criticizing Shedeur for having a completion percentage award when mostly he was throwing bubble screens and whatnot. Okay, cool. But Shedeur turns to Cam and says, well, you had a run game. What is Shedeur doing right there?
He is bargaining.
No, he's not bargaining. He's criticizing his own run game. He's criticizing his own team's talents around him. That gives me Aaron Rodgers. That gives me Ben Roethlisberger. That doesn't give me Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. Like, I want a quarterback that takes accountability. I want a quarterback, and I get it, they're trash talking, but they're doing it on video. He's got to know that. And if you're Shedeur, that can't be your comeback, that he had a run game and I didn't. Because that's once again pointing the fingers at your own guys in your locker room.
Gotta say, when you point the finger, you got 3 more pointing right back at you.
Damn right. You know, we say it all the time here on Theoretically Speaking, man. There's the mirror and there's the window, right? When you're given credit for something you've done great. Like when I was at Lost Lake, a lot of people were like, oh, that was great. That was a great conversation you and Mark had. I didn't look in the mirror and say, yeah, that was great. Theo Dorsey's the man. Pointed through the window. I said, man, Mark Calcavecchia, this guy is a well of great stories, and this guy is an amazing storyteller. All I did was tee him up. You point out the window when you're taking credit, and when there's an issue, when there is a negative, when there's a moment to take accountability, that's when you point in the mirror. So I'm just saying, that's a criticism of mine of Shedeur Sanders. The other criticism I have is after he's talked all of that smack and showed us his watch and whatnot, and I love that stuff. I love ego. I love bravado. I love confidence. I just don't like when people don't back it up. And if you're going to give him credit for playing in the bowl game and credit for seeing it through with Colorado, And all of the other things that we boast about what Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, and Shedeur Sanders mean and stand for, those same people, you need to criticize them for not stepping up and throwing in the NFL draft combine. Either that or the draft combine doesn't matter. One of the two.
Yeah, the hiding behind the phrase, like, I'll let my play doing the talking.
Yeah.
Like my film that I put on tape these past couple of years, like that's enough examples for NFL scouts to look at, not me running in underwear.
Yeah. But he's not running, he's throwing, and he's not throwing in underwear. He's throwing in, like, tightly fitted
It's underwear.
clothes.
Yeah, it's comparable to
The quarterbacks
underwear.
don't be in underwear like that. Like, you know,
That's true, in shorts.
They're more in shorts and stuff. The running, the 40 times and all that stuff is in underwear. And I guess the GMs are just a little freaky, you know? Just a little freaky. Remember, who was that got caught saying something a little weird on camera? Was it Jerry Jones? I don't want to get into it, but ugh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it. But I saw a clip of Jerry Jones just saying something a little questionable a little while ago. And I do think Shedeur, again, didn't he rub you as the kind of quarterback that would go and throw at the combine?
Sure, bravado.
Yeah.
Kind of machismo. Like,
And brag about it, you know?
Exactly. Like, I can definitely have the best arm in this draft, so I'm going to show it.
And
when there's no other excuse for it, when he was on the field with Colorado, maybe he didn't have a run game, so he couldn't actually show off his arm to the best of his ability. Now, when all the variables are the same, and it's just you and a football and a stopwatch and people watching you, there is no thing out of your control. You have a chance to prove that you're the best if you believe you're the best. And you're opting to not do that.
It would have been on brand for him to throw at the combine. I think it's off brand for him to be like the other guys and not show off his talents. And I will say the last quarterback highly drafted that did throw at the combine actually put on a great show. I don't know if you remember the 2023 NFL draft combine where CJ Stroud, he kind of rose up in the eyes of scouts, in the eyes of fans. He was getting lauded for his performance at the combine. People said it might have been one of the best throwing performances they've seen. And what did that turn into? A rookie of the year, a playoff win in his rookie season. Not saying that the combine spiked that. Of course, the Panthers still was stupid enough to pick Bryce Young over him, which might end up working out in the long run, but didn't so far 2 years into their careers. But I expected him to be more like C.J. Stroud and honestly less like the Bryce Youngs of the world who said I've already shown my abilities. And the J.J. McCarthy's J.J. did throw, I think. I think it was who was it that didn't throw? Drake May and Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels didn't.
I don't know, but I look at the combine, and I just don't think that this combine is for those first, second-round talents. I don't think. Like, those guys are playing at institutions that have them playing against Power 4 schools.
Yeah.
I think the combine is for guys that are kind of the diamonds in the rough where, okay, you kind of take their game tape with a grain of salt because they're playing against these smaller schools, lesser opponents. How much are you actually learning? But when you see a guy bench what he can bench, when you see a guy just compared speed versus speed, he is faster even though he goes to Austin Peay University.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't have discovered him on the tape because, okay, how much can you really care about that running back when he's going against those guys?
It's more of a confirmation of what you see on the tape is what I hear from the smart football folk. Like, we'll ask Mike Tannenbaum next time we have him on. But, like, the measurables, there's certain things that coaches and GMs say, I don't want a quarterback whose hands are smaller than this. I don't want a defensive lineman whose wingspan is shorter than this. I don't want a cornerback wingspan matters a lot with corners as well, and maybe height and some speed marks. So there are certain things that are valuable. Throwing at the combine isn't the end-all, be-all, but coming from that guy, I just thought this is right up his alley to prove he's different than the other QBs, and he shied from the moment, which is a little confusing.
So it's almost like not that we're not going to see him do it. It's the decision that he made to not throw.
Yeah, he'll do it at the pro day, apparently.
So what's going to be different at the pro day?
Controlled environment. That's what when quarterbacks do this, it's all about protecting themselves, controlled environment. I have my receivers, my coaches, they're drawing up my situation. It's almost like you're admitting you're only best in a perfect environment. Whereas, again, I like what C.J. Stroud did because he said, put me on the football field anywhere and I'm going to sling that mug and y'all are going to be impressed.
Sure, this isn't a business decision, like in a literal sense, not in the sportsified sense of it, but it actually is to promote their pro day.
That is the propaganda machine working in favor of said quarterbacks who say this, right? And I love it. Again, I'm all for spin, right? We work in media.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you the combine for free.
Yeah. Yeah, and also it's like, well, if I don't throw at the combine, that's going to force more scouts to show up to our pro day, and that might amplify the stock of some of the guys I'm throwing to or other guys that are at the Colorado pro day. That's the positive spin on it. But the other side of that is consider the source when you are believing a message, right? So if we're always hearing from the quarterbacks that refuse to throw at the combine that they're doing this because they want to proliferate the amount of scouts and amplify the platform for their teammates, if we're only hearing it from them all the time, maybe that's spin. I have yet to hear any GM, any scout, any kind of NFL talent evaluator, or even any media type say, yeah, the only reason why we knew about LaJohntay Wester out of Colorado was because we went to the CU pro game, or pro day, and we only went there that day because Shedeur didn't throw at the combine. Get the hell out of here. If you're considering drafting Shedeur Sanders and you were going to go to his pro day anyways, guess what? Him throwing at the combine wouldn't have prevented you from going and watching him at the pro day. It's all spin. It's all crap. And I think a guy like him with that level of bravado should have showed up and performed. Still, there is still time for him to change his mind. But I don't think he will. I don't think he will at all.
Hey, Culligan man.
Oh, hey. How do we do?
They show up and deliver every time.
Every time. They wouldn't cower away from a combine. Right? They're slinging that thing. It's not always possible to see contaminated water coming out of your faucet, but I will tell you the taste is difficult to ignore. And what about plastics and pharmaceuticals? Those are now in the water. Florida has some of the worst water when it comes to other states across the states. Literally, out of all the states I've lived in, it has been the absolute worst. You're going to want to fix this if you want to keep the comfortability, the health, and the wellness of your family at peak priority. The team at Culligan understands this, and they can help remove these things from your water. All right? Culligan offers water testing and reverse osmosis systems designed to filter out the contaminants right at the source. And Culligan has been helping the local community since 1936. So get your free water test today at Culligan.com. All you got to do is say,
hey, Culligan man.
But then also log on to Culligan.com and then sign up and give them your address and all those other things. Get around's on the other side here. CCAT, it has been a wonderful weekend. A lot of big headlines coming out, and especially there's one that you're a little bit of a hater. You're a little bit of a hater, but I think it's interesting that this huge ESPN media personality is holding an auction with some very atypical items involved. Why? Who? How can you get your hands on it? It's part of the Get Around on the other side. That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Mike Rizzo here with the Sports Business Minute presented by the FAU MBA in Sport Management Program. Lionel Messi and Inter Miami set yet another record. This time, it was at Raymond James Stadium. It was the attendance record for a soccer match at the venue. 42,000 people went to Tampa to see Messi face off against Orlando City in the final preseason clash for Inter Miami. Inter Miami has a Gold Cup game coming up on February the 18th against Sporting Kansas City. And then they open up their MLS play February 22nd at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. This is the Sports Business Minute presented by the FAU MBA in Sport Management Program. Accelerate your career in sports with the program committed to developing top-notch executives and managers with a focus on the job placement for students and graduates. The FAU MBA in Sport Management Program.
It's time for baseball in West Palm Beach. Spring training is just around the corner, and Cacti Park at the Palm Beaches is the place to be. Grab your family and friends and soak in the sunshine, green grass, and the crack of a bat. Watch the Houston Astros and the Washington Nationals take on the New York Yankees, Mets, Braves, and for the first time ever, the Toronto Blue Jays. Catch the excitement from February 22nd through March 23rd. Tickets are on sale now at cactipark.com. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action. Secure your seat today.
Listen up, team. Recycling is just like football. You can't win if you're out of formation. Yellow bin? That's your quarterback. give it all the paper. Blue bin, wide receiver, feed it all the containers. But no interceptions. Plastic bags and greasy pizza boxes have no place on this field. Now, follow the playbook. Get out there and recycle right. Sponsored by the Solid Waste Authority of Palm Beach County. Let's keep winning for the planet!
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
F45 Training in downtown West Palm and Wellington offers functional group fitness classes reimagined. F45 features high-intensity group-style workouts that are fast, fun, and results-driven. They always have the right workout for you. The best part is, it takes just 45 minutes. If you're looking to train for something like High Rocks, F45 has you covered with tailored workouts. Get started today with a promo of your first 3 classes for just $30. Visit F45training.com to find a studio near you and officially join the F45 family. F45, team training, life-changing.
It's Truck Month with the Ford crew.
Sam, do you know what these trucks have in common?
They're all Ford trucks.
And
they're built Ford tough.
Also true, but specifically they're Ford F-Series trucks, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years.
48 years? We should celebrate a month-long event.
Sam.
A truckload of value.
Sam.
Across the entire lineup of Ford trucks.
Sam.
That's called Truck Month already, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I knew it.
Based on 1977 to 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Bomani Jones, according to Awful Announcing here, warns politicians who might debate Stephen A. Smith, quote, "You're gonna lose." He's not wrong. I mean, you can say what you want about Stephen A. Smith. That dude has mastered the art of debate, and he will argue anything into the ground. I've seen him doing segments on his show talking about Pokemon, and I know that man ain't never dealt with a damn Pokemon in his life. I wouldn't argue that dude about anything. It could be the sky could be blue, and I'd be like, bruh. And he says purple, I'd be like, you know what? You got it, bro. I'm good. I ain't got time.
I know. Whenever it's like debate season or whatever, and I get bored so quick. Like, there'll be a topic I kind of care about, and then they'll go into something else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
I tune out when they start talking about fracking.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, I'm from the South, man. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, hey, shout out to fracking.
Or not.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is.
Yeah, like, y'all handle all of that, though. Y'all let me know when y'all talking about these student loans. Then I'm going to have an opinion. All right, time to hop on the Get Around, man. Time to hop on the Get Around, our vehicle to go to the major sports topics and larger topics. Who knows? Fracking might be involved. If you're a fracking fan, lock in. It's the Get Around, baby. Or even if you're anti-fracking. We're establishing everything on here. You never know what'll come up.
Next stop.
Let's take a nice cold trip to St. Bonaventure, New York.
Ain't no fracking over there.
There might be, actually. That's closer to the fracking land than we are. Well, that is the alma mater of Sir Adrian Wojnarowski. Woj, as you might remember him, now retired longtime ESPN NBA insider who is known for breaking NBA trades and other stories. Well, Woj is auctioning off iPhones he used to break those stories and deals in an effort to raise money for the Bonnies Basketball NIL. You want more details? Well, too bad. You're going to get them. 4 iPhones are up for auction. Other items, we're talking about NBA Finals credentials, ESPN ID badges, and heck, if you've got the means, you could even win a dinner with Adrian Wojnarowski or a video call with Woj. As of right now, the highest bid for a Adrian Wojnarowski iPhone 11 that was used to break the NBA shutting down due to COVID, highest bid, $525.
Oh, man. I love this story because I do think it's intriguing to know what, number one, is left in those phones. Like, is he going to factory reset the phone and you just get the actual device that was used, or do I get to see the old text, right? That would make the phone much more valuable. I would actually be intrigued to see the text between Wojnarowski and the many sources throughout the NBA if you gave me a span of like 3 years. I would love to see that. That would be intriguing. You can't tell me you would not scroll through those texts.
Yeah, I guess. I would never pay to do that.
$500 not expensive. That's not expensive to be able to scroll through those texts.
You can get well, to be honest, just talking from a pure financial state, how much does an iPhone 11 go for used right now anyway? If there's no scratches, no cracks, that might be an okay deal.
There's no way he has a iPhone 11 that doesn't have scratches or cracks. I mean, come on.
I mean, that phone's so important to him. He probably treats it very well.
He uses
think about
it too much.
if his phone broke like during trade deadline day.
Yeah.
Like, no, he couldn't risk that, so he probably had it in a very protective case.
And he probably upgrades phones a lot, so that probably was only like a 1 year of usage phone at most.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's intriguing. I think a dinner with Woj would probably be more boring than one would assume. It would turn into like an interrogation of Woj where you're asking him a bunch of questions and he's just telling you stories. I'm not sure he's the most engaging and fun storyteller, though. Like, the information is there. The way in which it's presented would probably bore you 30 minutes in. So, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I hate glorifying this dude, man. Like, all he did was give us an NBA trade details an hour before the teams would announce that. I don't need that. ESPN, we don't need that.
We do need it. There is a thirst for knowledge, and there's a thirst for that knowledge to be disseminated as quickly as possible. Everybody wants to be first. Everybody wants to be in the know. He was in the information business, and he was the best at it in the NBA for over a decade. Honor that man. Respect that man. He did his damn craft.
Never.
Buy a phone. Buy a phone, and maybe you'll learn. You see all the damn texts he's sending out left and right. You'll realize how much of a taxing task it is. That's why he had to leave, man. He had to get out of there. He said, man, it's too much. The pressure's too much.
Now he's just a full-time, like, State Bonaventure.
Yeah.
Like, he's in their front office.
He's like their general manager of their basketball team, so he is raising the funds and coordinating NIL, and now he's trying to make sure that they can have a budget. He's trying to revive St. Bonnie's basketball, man. Shout out Linton Brown.
Next stop,
Glendale, Arizona.
You have no
Finally.
clue who Linton Brown is either.
No.
You shouldn't either. He's a local player that went and played there. He's good.
Oh, okay.
He's good.
Glendale, Arizona, we are in spring training mode, so that's where the Dodgers are. And finally, Shohei Ohtani was caught in the act.
Oh, no.
TMZ has a story from last week where there is concrete video evidence of the two-way international superstar being bad at parallel parking. Yep, Ohtani was driving to a wing-eating contest for the Dodgers in Arizona. It took about 90 seconds to park his Porsche snug against the curb. Is that a red flag for Dodgers fans that their star cannot parallel park?
No, actually, it's actually a green flag because he's not wasting his time and energy on such trivial tasks. Usually he's getting driven around because he's making $800 billion, trillion to billion dollars. I don't care how pushed off into the future it is. The guy's rich. I'll never criticize a extremely rich person or extremely successful athlete for not being able to do mundane, common tasks at the level of somebody who has more time to practice it.
Do you parallel park?
Yes.
Oh, so you don't
Not extremely well though. I would say I'm a B plus parallel park.
So with a car in front and a car behind,
Yeah.
you will get that spot?
I can slide it in. Yeah. But now I don't take big risks with parallel parking. I also know my my
Limitations?
capabilities. Yeah. And I don't like playing it close anyways, because the last thing I need is a little slight bump of a car and an interaction with somebody I don't feel like talking to.
See, that's not the worst case scenario for me. The worst case scenario is not being able to park and having to give up.
Oh, giving up is embarrassing.
Not only are you embarrassing yourself in front of the person in the car with you or the people, but it's the community around you.
Yeah.
The car that had to wait and just sit there parked for like 90 seconds, waiting for you to get this task done that you never actually did, and you just tuck your tail and you drive away.
I have left functions, or not left, never walked into functions that I was planning on going to because of a failed parallel parking attempt. I'll never forget the day. It was in Houston. It was 2019, either late 2019 or early 2020. I was going to the Davenport. It's a bar in Houston, and I had to parallel park to get inside. Now, sadly, there were people outside of the bar kicking it. There was also a line to get in. And I tried to parallel park for about a minute and a half. Not a minute and a half. I don't know how long it was. It felt longer to me. And after my failed execution, I left. I was not going into that club.
Face those people?
Yeah, I was never going to, come
it's
on.
Parallel Park guy.
One of the last times I went to that club, I actually ran into and got into a small talk conversation with legendary Houston rapper Scarface. If Scarface saw me fail to Parallel Park and then still walk my happy ass in there, do you think he would have respected me as a man?
No.
Hell no.
Burn that bridge.
He would have spit on me. All right? Shout out to Ghetto Boys.
Next stop.
Vedanta Vallarta, Mexico. Going abroad on today's Get Around. We're here because on the PGA Tour's final stop before they make it here to South Florida, Brian Campbell won the Mexico Open. Theo, I would really be remiss if I didn't ask you your favorite Brian Campbell memory.
My favorite one, I mean, can I be honest?
Yeah.
I'm a recency bias guy. I'm a prisoner of the moment. I got to go with this last one he had this past weekend at the Mexican Open. This guy's elite. And when he's
not
at the
to
top
be
of his
confused
game,
with this weekend's Mexico Open.
Yeah, not that one. The Mexico Open that my boy won. Tevin Campbell?
No, Brian Campbell.
Okay.
So what's cool
Can we
about
just talk about it?
Brian Campbell, he's 31 years old. He's not been that good. This is his first win on the PGA Tour. He's actually the shortest driver on the tour. And he was in the playoff against the longest driver.
Oh, wow.
This guy hits like 260, his average everyday drive, and he somehow won a PGA Tour event. So that brings us to our next stop and our final stop on the Get Around.
Stop.
We are just mere hours. You can do the math and get the hours on how far away we are from the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches.
You're right about that, C-Cat. The Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beach. It's Cognizant Classic week right now.
We are in it.
The week is happening, so it's here. And we saw a tweet from the Cognizant Classic as Tina pulls up in here for the happy hour. We saw a tweet from them that says, hey, we got our influencers in the house. We're getting ready for the Pro-Am. They got a pairing party tomorrow. I'll be there. Be there or be square with the boy.
And how about some news drops over the weekend? Jordan Spieth's going to be there.
Come on.
He has entered the field of the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches.
He must know that theoretically speaking is going to be there as well. So it's a smart move by Jordan Spieth. February 26th through March 2nd. It's this week. Play starts Thursday, goes through the weekend. TheCognizantClassic.com. That's where you can get your tickets for a best-in-class on-site experience. I mean, we're talking about the PGA Tour in Palm Beach Gardens at PGA National on the Champion course. The Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches. TheCognizantClassic.com. Of course, there's military appreciation. Kids 15 and under also get in free with a ticketed adult. The event is here. Get your tickets today. TheCognizantClassic.com. We'll see you there. That's C-Cat. Tina's in the house for the happy hour. I'm Theo Dorsey on the other side. Matt Stafford. I mean, what is his worth? Because it clearly isn't what the Rams think it is. Theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Anna Jar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
This spring, speed returns to South Florida. NASCAR weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway. Go get it done. Where high octane meets the high banks. And gear up for spring break in the fast lane. 3 races, 3 days, one unforgettable weekend in racing paradise. NASCAR weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway. March 21st through the 23rd. Get your tickets now at homesteadmiamispeedway.com.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Mondays just got better for the men of Palm Beach County. Unlimited Auto Wash is offering $5 off any wash every Monday at all 6 convenient locations. Men's Monday at Unlimited Auto Wash. Don't miss it.
Hey everyone, it's Cade Shumslin. Every week, Land Rover Palm Beach supports local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community by naming a Player of the Week. This year, $35,000 will be rewarded to student athletes and their schools. Tune in to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day every Friday night as I unveil this week's featured athlete. If you have a great performance that I need to know about, DM us at ESPN West Palm, Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond.
Are you one of those people that just can't focus at home? The dog barks, the kids are screaming, and you're thinking, how am I going to get all of this work done? Working from home can be distracting, but Intelligent Office is here to help you focus. They offer quiet and affordable private office and meeting spaces in Palm Beach Gardens to help you get your work done. Call 561-472-8400 or visit intelligentoffice.com to reserve an office today.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today. Don't miss out on this incredible course. And please, putt responsibly.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league. It's sharp and it's electric. How is it sharp? How is it electric? Good questions. Try this on for size. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime, forcing, playoffs on the line, golf. With 24 of the best players from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Atlanta, Boston, Jupiter, LA, New York, and the Bay. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. Tune in every week for TGL matches, only on ESPN. Keep up. It's golf.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees in the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 20 national championships, including the 2024 Women's Swimming and Diving Championship and 2023 football, lacrosse, and men's swimming and diving titles. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest.
Banyan Printing, your trusted printing, mailing, and signage partner in the Palm Beaches for over 45 years. Banyan Printing's new metallic ink press adds that extra shine so that your product comes out in glossy gold, sparkling silver, or any other color you want to shine. Banyan Printing is the official printer of Kaiser Athletics and would love to be your official printing partner as well. Order products and learn more about what Banyan Printing can do for your business at banyanonline.com or call 561-586-6220.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It's the happy hour officially. It is the happy hour. Kick your feet back. Pour up your favorite drink as long as you're not driving. Pour up your favorite drink. And it could be non-alcoholic. But here on the happy hour, our cocktails of the day always include a little bit of the juice, a little bit of the nectar. Sea-Cat's on the other side of the glass on the ones and the twos. Espresso Martina is in the house today. And you know what? We celebrate that because we never know these days. We never know. I had the applause cheering, but apparently I guess I can't click that at the same time as our. There it is. There it is. Tina, welcome in. How was the weekend, man? How did the weekend treat Tina this time around in February, man?
Well, happy Monday, Theo.
Happy.
Sea-Cat.
Very happy.
My weekend was good. It was pretty busy. I had an event-filled weekend.
Yeah.
So it was good, though.
An eventful weekend.
No, but yes, and it was event-filled. Like, I was attending events.
Yes.
A lot of events.
Me too. That's kind of weird. And he went to a lot of events as well.
Just one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not. I
mean, a big one though.
Yeah, I guess so.
A really big one. He had a bit. His event was so big that he had to hide the details of it from his girlfriend.
I had a lie on air on Friday. That was uncomfortable.
He was a lie. He's a liar.
Because why is Colin Russo out there asking my weekend plans? So I had to lie to the masses, which I feel very guilty about, by the way.
Yeah. You're not a liar. You're not the kind of person to contort the truth. You tell it how it is. I mean.
Wait, do you know what he did?
What, this weekend?
Yeah.
Do you?
No, I don't. Do you?
I do.
Oh.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, we're about to get into that.
Okay.
We're about to get into that. Before we get into that, how about this? How about this, Tina? Can we get the cocktail of the day, and then we'll discuss Sea-Cat's, like his weekend plans. He misdirected us. A little play action next.
Yes, and today's cocktail actually goes kind of in hand with one of the plans that I had this weekend was I took an adult hip-hop class, yesterday.
Good.
Popped and locked it.
Hold on, stop.
Yes,
Stop,
I did.
Stop the music. Jeez. Are you going to embarrass me right now?
No, I don't think so.
Well, show what you learned.
No, I don't.
Like, there's a reason why I have cameras in here. It's to explore, like, how can you audibly hip-hop dance? That feels like a waste of a class.
No. My drink goes with.
Okay.
The
goes with hip-hop.
song that we learn to dance to was The Dip.
Well, hold on. I'm going to put the music back on. The hip-hop class. I told you and Courtney before. Did Courtney go with you this
Yes,
time?
this is my birthday gift
hip-hop.
to our teammate, Courtney Rukoff. I gifted her. Her love language is quality time.
Yes.
So for her birthday, I always do gifts that involves us doing something together.
Yes.
So I did 2 gifts for her this year, and one of the gifts was an adult hip-hop class. She loves to dance. When she lived in Madison, Wisconsin, she actually was a dance teacher.
Oh, wow.
She taught tap dance. So
Why'd
you
say?
It's so cute that she
Why'd
was
you
a
say
tap dance.
that though? Like
because she was so cute, a dance teacher for tap.
I do love a good tap dance.
And this
Watching them, not doing them.
This hip hop class kept popping on my Instagram. I actually know a few, like we have some personal friends too, like connections through this. The woman who teaches the hip hop classes is Brooke Nix. She's a former Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
Oh,
she
nice.
helped coach with the Miami Dolphins. And so she teaches these classes. And I kept popping up on my Instagram, and I'm like, I'm going to book one of these for Courtney and I for her birthday for us to do quality time together. We both like to dance. This is a little outside of our comfort zone, I feel like, because usually I'm not getting like a choreographed dance. I'm just, a handful of drinks in, and I let loose, and I just, whatever happens.
All right.
But my cocktail of the day
we'll put the music back on for this time.
goes with this because the dance that we learned yesterday went to the song The Dip by Freaky Nasty.
Wow.
So my cocktail of the day is called the Freaky Tiki. And it is.
Oh my God. This just gets more. I have to see the video of y'all dancing to see the dip.
I went in there way, like, a little more confident. I was like, okay, I think I have, like, rhythm. Thank you. This is perfect. It was so hard, like, learning that dance in 30 minutes, and it was a multiple 8 counts. It was out of my, it was too much
Tina,
for me.
You told me I would not be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed just at the thought of you and Courtney dancing to the dip. And by the way, I looked up Brooke Nix. I'm certain she's a great dancer as well. I would love to see this class now. I want to see her hip-hop dance class.
Can we do like a work class? Can we do
I
a
will
remote
go.
class?
I will go with
Okay.
you guys to Brooke Nix's hip-hop dance class.
Yeah.
And see and maybe it's something other than the dip, but
No, you get to actually usually pick the song.
Okay.
So this was voted on her Instagram.
Y'all was in there doing, like, what was y'all doing?
We were doing the dip.
I know that song.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody knows the dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were doing the dip.
There you go. Why did it just have one? Did you do that on purpose?
No, this is the instrumental. That was
Okay,
coincidental.
so it was just like a little.
They'd throw a little background vocal in the instrumental.
Everybody knows that song.
We'll have to do a class.
Okay. Okay.
What's the cocktail?
Freaky Tiki is the cocktail. And the ingredients are Daly's Peach Mix, dark rum of your choice,
Nice.
cranberry juice, and ginger ale. It doesn't sound too bad.
That sounds pretty good.
Right?
Little freaky tiki action.
Yeah.
So what's freaky about it? Like slap you in the face after you sip it?
Why would that
I don't
be
know.
freaky?
I tried a freaky cocktail. Is the first thing I thought of.
But like freaky, I'm saying like it's a freaky tiki, right?
I'm going to probably get in trouble for my browser history
Oh,
trying to
no.
find a cocktail for the show today because I'm looking up like freaky cocktails.
Oh my
like I'm
God.
looking up the most
You gotta do a little
random
body
things,
shot before it.
like random things just to get a cocktail today.
Why would CCAT assume that a slap after they give you the drink is freaky? Is that freaky to you? A little slap in the
Have you
face?
seen that though? That's like
That's
at
a
some
thing?
bars.
Yes.
Yes, at some bars, it's like you
What?
take a shot and then a female slaps you
Yeah.
across the face.
That's like a place. I think it's like in Vegas, something like that.
What's freaky about that?
I don't know.
Well, what they're wearing and what they do before and after the slap. Yeah.
Like if you like ran your index finger down like my chest or something, that's freaky.
I guess.
A slap in my face is disrespectful.
There's a little bit more
Not
than
if
the
you
slap.
pay for
I don't
it.
think that we can say on the radio, but
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, like you're
There's
paying
a-
for the experience. It's not unprompted.
What else are they? You can't say the other things that they're.
I don't know. I stay clear. I don't want to cross any lines of what
CCAT, what do
I
they
can
do?
and
Can you
can't
say it? I
Listen,
don't know.
I'm on
not-
probation, okay?
Yeah, I was going to say, you're the last person I'm going to ask what you can and cannot say on the radio right now. But apparently they're out here slapping folks and giving them shots of alcohol and calling it freaky. The Freaky Tiki, though, does not come with a slap.
No, it doesn't.
Comes with a little rum.
It looks delicious.
You popped in locked this weekend.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, my gosh. That is crazy.
The song that won actually was Goodies.
Really?
And I think
That's a good one to dance to, though.
I want to dance to that one,
That's a good
but
one.
she picked the dip.
You
And
know
it
who
was so
does
fun.
Goodies, C-Cat?
What's that?
She's the wife of a famous quarterback in the NFL who's still playing today.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Oh, my goodness.
Hate this guy. I hate this guy.
Who?
You know who it is. A famous singer who is the wife of a quarterback who's hanging on to his career. He has a couple more years left in him, maybe.
I do
It's
not
not
know.
Kelly
He was
Stafford, obviously.
on my team.
It's not Kelly Stafford.
I don't know why I can't think of it.
All right,
it?
who's Russell Wilson's wife?
Oh, Sienna.
Sierra.
That too.
Sierra.
I don't know what to do here anymore. This is the happy hour. This is theoretically speaking. C-Cat is disappointing
I'm sorry
me.
I did this.
No. I'm sorry you did the hip hop dance class to. And again, I'll say this too: Freaky Nasty, the name of the group.
Yeah.
That does the dip. Like, we get so criticized. This generation and the next generation gets so heavily criticized for our music choices and what our favorite singers and actors and rappers do and say. And y'all was listening to people called Freaky Nasty?
Oh,
Freaky
come on.
Nasty?
That's okay. It's within the bounds of music. You can get away with it.
I'm just saying, like, y'all warmed us up. You know, y'all warmed us up for what was that song Meg and Cardi B did or whatever that was? Y'all warmed us up for that.
Anaconda?
No, I'm talking
No.
about WAP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? We're in South Florida here. You know, Luther Campbell, Uncle Luke, who's coaching high school football now, y'all was the originators of all this explicit stuff we got to deal with today. So not us. That's just me absolving my generation of some responsibility. What we're supposed to be talking about here today is Matthew Stafford and his value currently in the league as opposed to what the Rams believe it to be. So over the weekend, and Tina, you're familiar with Matthew Stafford, Kelly Stafford, his wife?
Yes.
She's got the podcast, very revealing. She tells a lot of revealing things on that podcast about
I always see her in the headlines.
Yeah, she's around. But Stafford himself, really the funny thing is we learned about the potential departure of Stafford from the Rams through Kelly Stafford's podcast, because after it got announced that Cooper Kupp, his number one receiver, is likely going to get dealt by the Rams, Kelly Stafford talked about how they now would like to find a new NFL home.
Wow.
Yeah, she kind of opened up about how this is something that they've been kind of searching out. So now we're starting to get more and more of that. The Rams have allowed his agent to seek out a destination. There are teams that are reportedly in the Stafford sweepstakes. I'll pull those teams up right now. I believe it's the Browns is involved with that.
Steelers are one of the teams.
Your Steelers, you might get Matthew Stafford, Tina, and the Raiders and the Giants. So the Raiders, Giants, Browns, and Steelers are in the Stafford sweepstakes, if you will. Now, C-Cat, correct me if I'm wrong. The only team that really pushed the Eagles to the limit this postseason was the Stafford-led LA Rams.
I won't correct you. You're not wrong.
Like, he was a throw away from beating them in the divisional round, advancing into an NFC Conference Championship game, which they would have been favored to beat the Commanders, and then likely at least putting up a fight in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, if not having a shot to win that game. Stafford, with the Rams this past year, literally was a player or two away from potentially a second Super Bowl. And for some reason now, there is a potential for a breakup here. He's made available to other teams. They're going to check out new trade assets or trade offers from teams and also see whether or not it's worth it for the Rams. Here's what I do know about this situation based on all of the context that I've seen around it. This is not a situation in which the Rams are done with Stafford or Stafford is done with the Rams. I believe Matt Stafford just views himself differently than the Rams and the league at large views him. He's 37 years old. He just won his first Super Bowl a couple of years ago in his first year with the Rams. He also is not paid like a Super Bowl champion quarterback, especially based on what other quarterbacks in the league are getting paid today. I saw another report about Stafford wanting $50 million per year in the NFL today. C-Cat, does a guy like Matt Stafford deserve $50 million a year right now?
No, I would say not. I would say that Matt Stafford's fighting a two-front battle here, one with his own organization, being the Rams, where it looks like he might not be there next year, shipping out his favorite number one target on and off the field, just a friend of his.
Yeah.
But also it's the presumptions about the aging quarterback and choosing to rather let go of Matt Stafford a year early than risking keeping him for a year too long.
So right now he's making $40 million a year. I'm going to list the quarterbacks that annually make more than Stafford. And I guess you could hit the ding bell if they do deserve to make more, and then hit the wrong buzzer if they don't deserve. So
This is me guess. Oh, we deserve.
yeah, no, you
Okay.
tell me if they deserve it. If they deserve to make more than Matthew Stafford in the year of our Lord 2025. Josh Allen's making $43 million. Okay. Patrick Mahomes is making $45 million. All right. I know where this next one is going. Kirk Cousins is making $45 million.
Not a starter anymore, so I think that he does not deserve that money right now.
Even if he was starting, does he deserve more money than Matthew Stafford?
It was a bottom half of the league quarterback this year, so I would still say no.
Deshaun Watson's making 46.
Okay, bad contract, then we all can agree.
Always. That was terrible. Kyler Murray's making 46. Yeah, there we go.
I'm not willing to hit that button right now.
Okay. So we'll wait and see. We'll come back to Kyler Murray. We'll come back to that number then. Tina gives it absolutely not. Jalen Hurts is making $51 million.
You know, we can all say what we want. Proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 win.
He deserves to be making more than Stafford, especially at his age right now. Lamar Jackson, $52 million.
He deserves it.
Yep. Okay. Justin Herbert, $52 million.
I think that he elevates the talent around him. I'm going to have to say it.
Wow.
Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp and Odell for that Super Bowl run. I think that Stafford was given a whole lot more.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised by that one, but you know what? It's close to me. And $52 million for Justin Herbert because he's young in his prime. I get it. $53 million for Jared Goff. Does he deserve to be making more than Matt Stafford? Again, we're comparing this not just based on whether or not this is a good contract, but does this quarterback be deserving to make more money than Matthew Stafford?
That's a tough one. That's a really difficult one. I would actually go no.
I agree. I mean, literally, let's not forget, the Rams had Jared Goff, and they traded him away for Matthew Stafford and instantly won a Super Bowl. So the proof is in the pudding.
I would like to see that trade reversed right now and see what happened to the Lions with Matt Stafford at quarterback and not Jared Goff for one last ride. That would be such a fun dystopian future to live out.
I know he wouldn't do what Goff did in this past postseason against the Commanders. I know that much.
In a good way.
In a good way. Tua Tagovailoa is making $53 million for the Dolphins. Does he deserve to be making more than Matthew Stafford?
If we're going to tear down Joel Embiid for the first full segment of the show, it's fair game to criticize Tua for injuries that might have been outside of his control, but unfortunately for him, they're attached to him. I would say Tua does not deserve more money than Matt Stafford
Trevor
right now.
Lawrence, 55. Yeah.
Tough. It's tough to counter what he's done.
So there's enough. I'm not going to go through the rest. The rest of them is Jordan Love, Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, whatever. You can have your opinions on those. If I'm Matthew Stafford, though, and I'm looking at that list and those guys getting paid that money, there's enough buzzers you ring as a no that makes me understand why Matthew Stafford wants $50+ million a year.
But again, it's paying for what you're going to do, not what you did.
37. He's 37. He just had them on the brink of a Super Bowl appearance, at least an NFC Championship appearance, and also he literally has won them a title, and he's 37. We see guys like Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady at an older age getting reps, and even Rodgers won MVPs at this age.
Yeah, 2 different people. So maybe the Rams saw what they saw out of Matt Stafford this year and are assuming like, yeah, you're not $50 million or more worth that. No, you're not. Sorry.
Tina, you heard all of those names. If you're in Stafford's camp and you hear those guys are making more money than him, you understand why he wants to get paid over $50 million.
At first I didn't. And then when we just went through that, now I totally get it.
Yeah. He shouldn't be that far down the list. And maybe it's not $50 million. Maybe it's 48, 49. I don't care what it is, but it shouldn't be 40 flat. He shouldn't be making $13 million per year less than Tua Tagovailoa, who is actively on a team that has gone, 25 straight years without winning a playoff game? He just won a Super Bowl a few years ago, and he got him closer than what Tua has the Dolphins now. Here's what I'll say about the Stafford thing. I don't think this ends in him actually going to one of those teams. I know that he has his quote-unquote suitors in the Browns, the Raiders, the Steelers, and the Giants. None of those teams are as close to a Super Bowl as the Rams are. It is best for all parties involved if Stafford comes back with the Rams. I compared this to the Lamar Jackson offseason with the Ravens, where Stafford is telling his organization, yo, come on, extend me. Pay me like I should be getting paid. I deserve this money. And the Rams are like, we don't think you do. And then Stafford's like, well, I think I do. Look at these guys compared to me. And they're like, well, if you can get that money on the open market, then we're willing to extend you and do it versus trading you to the team that would extend you. So then they say, hey, your agent is allowed to go and talk with other teams. They're not talking to these teams to see whether or not they would trade for Stafford. They're saying, what kind of a deal would you extend him on if you acquire his talents? So Stafford and his agent going to go to the Browns, the Raiders, the Giants, and whoever the hell that other team was and say, hey, how much would you pay me if you traded for us? Well, we'll pay you $50 million. Okay, cool. What would you be willing to give up for me to the Rams in order to acquire my talents? We'll give up this kind of a package. So now if you're the Rams, you have two options on the table. Either we get this return for Stafford and don't have to pay a quarterback that we believe is on the wrong end of his 30s or 37 years old, too old to keep competing. Either we give this kind of a contract that they're willing to give him, or we take the heap of draft capital and or young players that this team is willing to give us. And I think that when it's all said and done, Sean McVay, who's the ultimate competitor, is going to want to keep Stafford in-house, pay him whatever it takes, and try and compete in the NFC again.
Now, this might be a kind of derivative topic, but who owes Matt Stafford more, the Lions or the Rams? Because the Lions wasted a lot of Matt Stafford's career. A lot of winless, at least efforts, and a winless season, and just pitiful pieces around him. However, the Stafford did more for the Rams than he was able to do with the Lions. Is there any sort of loyalty owed to Stafford for delivering them a Super Bowl championship, or is that kind of out the window once you're removed from the immediate offseason of which that Super Bowl happened?
No, it is. I believe it is. And Stafford's value to the Lions isn't just the decade that he reigned as a good quarterback, a good to great level quarterback for them, but it also is the return that he was able to get them on his way out the door, because that turned him into this now perennial contender in the NFC. So if you're a Lions fan, you are eternally grateful of what Stafford provided you in entertainment and then also what he provided you in draft capital on the way out. But if you're the Rams, you owe him more than what the Lions owe him, because he got you the most coveted prize in football, and that is the Lombardi Trophy, and he was the direct result of what you were able to elevate that franchise to. So they're not going to just dish him off to a place that he doesn't agree to.
I think it works both ways, no?
What do you mean?
If Stafford was traded to a worse team, a worse environment with less pieces, Stafford has not had a Super Bowl ring.
Oh, so you're saying that
the Rams
Lions
helped
did him a
out
favor.
Matt Stafford almost more than Matt Stafford helped the Rams.
No.
That defense is ridiculously good.
Who initiated that deal? Who initiated that trade? It was Sean McVay who said, I need help. It wasn't Stafford saying, get me out of Detroit. McVay rose his hand, went up to Les Miles or Les Snead, and said, hey, golf ain't going to cut it. Go get me a guy that can do it. And then they went and got Stafford, and they instantly won a Super Bowl. I think Stafford delivered that to L.A. and not the other way around, because what they currently had wasn't enough to get over the hump. And we just saw that same example of that this past postseason when Jaden Daniels, as a rookie, walked into Ford Field or Stadium, whatever it is, and took down Jared Goff.
I think at best it's symbiotic. I think it was an equal partnership where they were both to credit, and it's not just Matt Stafford delivering a Super Bowl to the city of Los Angeles, who've been waiting for so long for it. A long-suffering Los Angeles Rams fan base.
Yeah. Tina, C-Cat is just the ultimate hater. Trying to humble my guy, Matt Stafford. What gives?
The biggest hater.
Yeah.
There is.
I am not trying to humble Matt Stafford. I'm trying to accurately portray who Matt Stafford was and is for the NFL right now. In fact, I feel bad for Matt Stafford. Like you said, Kelly Stafford talking about dating his backup quarterback when he was in college.
That's crazy.
That's a tough story to get out of your head as a football fan.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, that, to me, if I'm Matthew Stafford, would have been the last podcast episode for my wife. And I'm not even a controlling type of dude. That's not my style. I love free will. Hey, do your thing. Have your fun. That's off limits.
Shoes on the other foot, though. You think that your wife would ever have the ability to say, sorry, Theo, that story was a stretch too far. You're off the airwaves?
100%. I mean, she wouldn't be able to take me off the airwaves. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little bit over her head. But for Stafford and Kelly Stafford, there is a different dynamic there where it's not like this is her profession and this is her career. And no, this is a podcast that she's doing based off of the fact that she's married to Matthew Stafford. That's why a lot of people care.
I do think what you mentioned earlier on in the segment about how like details of these negotiations and how the attitude and the temperature is changing between the Rams and Stafford, that should not be on Kelly Stafford's podcast.
No.
That's out of turn.
That's what I'm saying. She keeps on kind of overstepping it a little bit for the clicks. She's engagement farming like they don't have millions of dollars already. The hell is going on?
She's thinking of the thumbnail.
Yeah, she is. She is. And you know what? Congrats to her. Maybe we should bring Kelly Stafford on and get some thumbnails cooking. On the other side, we have to answer this question, Tina, and you'll be great for this. Are surprise gifts a selfish act? Are surprise gifts selfish? Is it a self-involved, self-interest gaining thing to give somebody a surprise gift? Your gift that you got from Allie, our teammate, as a bridesmaid, that was a bit of a surprise, huh?
It was a surprise, but I feel like this is different because when you are asked to be a bridesmaid, like you don't know how they're going to ask you. You don't know. It's also a surprise of you being asked to be a bridesmaid.
It's true. So that's a different scenario.
Yes.
When's the last time you can remember you got a surprise gift or a surprise party or something? Do you have one? Think about it.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Think about it. C-Cat has one because he was on the delivering end of a surprise gift that it sounds like it was executed well, but I'm curious where his heart actually was. And we'll discuss that on the other side. Is air or water an issue in your home? And what do I mean by that? Theo, what are you talking about, man? Is your air or water flowing perfectly in your crib? If the answer is no, EDS is yes. EDSisyes.com. That's the website. I've told you about it, and here it is again. Is there a room in your home that's maybe a little bit too hot or it's freezing cold? Inconsistency in the temperatures. Are you running out of hot water when you need it most? If the air or water is not flowing perfectly in your home, EDS is yes. EDSisyes.com. It's Palm Beach County's trusted AC and plumbing expert. They make sure your air and water flow perfectly, so now you can relax and watch your games or your shows in the comfort of your home. Plus, with your flexible financing, your budget's cool. Your budget's going to be fine. They'll take care of you. They'll make sure this works around your means. It's not just about comfort in your home. It's about comfort of your living, keeping you in your budget. Call today or visit EDSisyes.com. Again, that's EDSisyes.com. When comfort matters, EDS is yes. Are surprise gifts yes? Or are they selfish? Are they a no? We answer that, and we finally get the tale of C-Cat's weekend, the way that he conceived up a plan that was executed well, but it was a little bit conniving to our fans because you lied. You lied ahead of it so you can keep the surprise going. That's on the other side of the happy hour. That's Tina, that's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey with Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Hi, this is Scott Smith of Smith Ball, Baez, and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. I have said it many times before, and I will continue to say it for many years to come. There is never a good time for a car accident to occur, and most certainly never ever a good time to suffer injuries in any type of an accident. The accident and its overall aftermath will usually cause pain, difficulty, and stress. Florida law allows accident victims to recover compensation for such losses, injuries, and damages. But such recovery is often not obtained easily and can require a lengthy fight with an insurance company. If you've been injured in an accident, call us now. Don't delay. The initial consultation is completely free of charge. The sooner you call us, the sooner we can put our experienced legal team to work for you. Don't hesitate or pause for another minute. Our experience, knowledge, and resources could be working for you just minutes after the call. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball, Baez.
36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
South Florida's one and only PGA Tour event returns to the Champion Course at PGA National, February 26th through March 2nd. The Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches will deliver a best-in-class on-site experience featuring a variety of fan amenities alongside the premier competition. Kids 15 and under are admitted free with a ticketed adult. This can't-miss event is right around the corner. Buy your tickets now at thecognizantclassic.com.
This spring, speed returns to South Florida. NASCAR weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway. Where high octane meets the high banks. And gear up for spring break in the fast lane. 3 races, 3 days, one unforgettable weekend in racing paradise. NASCAR weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway. March 21st through the 23rd. Get your tickets now at homesteadmiamispeedway.com.
What? What?
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Streets is talking, baby. The streets is talking, and they're saying the Cognizant Classic this week is going to be lit. Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beach is thecognizantclassic.com. Get your tickets. We'll be there, and there's going to be some new fits apparently making some debuts.
Yes.
Making
That's
some
one of my
debuts.
favorite things about the Cognizant Classic when we go out there. It's like I plan my outfits every day.
Yeah.
I buy new clothes for the Cognizant Classic every year.
Lay
Have to
'em
plan
out.
my fits.
Lay them out there.
Yes.
To get it cooking. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, out of all the things I did this weekend, and there was a lot, there was the conversation with the golf pro at Lost Lake, and went out a few times, kicked it. I found this new cigar lounge by the crib.
Oh.
Exquisite.
I know you're a cigar guy.
I don't smoke cigars, no.
Oh, you just hang out?
So cigar lounges have a great vibe a lot of times, and you don't have to smoke the cigars to enjoy it, because if it's a big enough space, it's not over encumbersome to smoke. But then also, it's good music. It is a more mature crowd. You ain't got to deal with no nonsense at a cigar lounge. It's pretty cool.
You are the guy you have hated, just in a different environment.
Who's that? Who's that guy?
You are a guy who shows up to the barber shop and doesn't get a haircut.
Yo, I get drink. They serve drinks at cigar lounges.
Yeah, and they serve conversations at barbershops. Some people like that environment. They
No.
like the people that are there.
No.
But they're not there for the reason why that establishment exists, and that's for the cigars.
Conversations are free at the barbershop. They don't serve them. They force them upon you. As a person that goes to barbershops and gets bewildered by the idiotic takes, I hate barbershop conversations suck. People that walk into barbershops, they think that they have the best and brightest ideas of the world. They think that Reddit post they read is the most nuanced thing they've ever come across, and they go and they sputter it out, and then I have to sit there and listen to it as I'm trying to get my tape. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, y'all are usually there way longer than you need to be.
So how many people?
Y'all, the beauty salon be taking like 20 hours.
Okay, yes. When I get my hair done, I admit I have to take a day off.
Yeah.
Like my hair takes a very long time to do. But
wonder
we're
you ever
not
show up here.
talking. We're not talking. There's a whole process to get my hair done, colored, cut, blow dried.
We're
everything.
not talking because we want to. We were forced. It's not even just the barber you're with. It's the other people in the barbershop that just pull up, either selling things or just like talking, yapping. Just yapping. No intention to get here.
So back to the cigar lounge. Are you the only one who's not smoking a cigar?
No. Have you ever been to a cigar lounge?
No, because I don't smoke cigars.
See, there you go. That's your issue. There's so much more going on in cigar lounges. They have TVs up there that are playing games. There's cocktails. There's vibes. There's good music, good people.
Yeah,
I like a good cigar lounge, man. What can I say?
Is there any other like establishment or place you'd go to where you wouldn't
partake in why it's there?
Yeah.
Okay, have you ever been to a hookah lounge and not smoked hookah? I don't smoke hookah.
I've never been to a hookah lounge.
I hate hookah.
I went to one. That's because they were serving like butter beer, non-alcoholic. I was 18 in college, and they had on their menu alongside
That's
the
adorable.
hookah, they also had a butter beer. So we ordered that in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Ah, I read a paper company.
Of course, it was a short drive from Hazleton, where I was in school.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all was that like a big deal for y'all?
Yeah, not much to do in that satellite campus. So going to the Scranton or Wilkes-Barre Mall, that was like a big trip.
Huh.
Maybe the 18-plus club.
I saw Pam, not Pam, but the actress that plays
Jenna
Pam.
Fisher, yeah.
Jenna Fisher. I saw her in a commercial, I think literally this morning, talking about, I think it's like a breast cancer thing, like a breast cancer awareness thing, getting women, promoting them to get checkups and monograms and, you know, do the little thing in the shower that they tell women to do. And in the commercial, I thought it was super creative because she was Jenna Fisher, but she kind of was like speaking as if she was Pam. And she said something, she made a reference to something Michael Scott said, something about like, check on the Pam-Pams or something.
Ah, okay.
It was
good.
great. Isn't that great?
That is.
That is great marketing. So whoever put together that commercial, I don't even know what the organization was. I do believe they were trying to promote breast cancer awareness. I don't think it was the typical BCA folks, the Susan B. Komen stuff.
Susan G. Komen.
Susan G. Komen stuff. But yeah, shout out to whoever did that commercial. Not a lot of commercials catch my attention in my eye, and I thought that was very entertaining.
Nice.
Yeah. Maybe we grade that today on midday midterms.
Okay.
Speaking of, I think it's time for midday midterms here on Theoretically Speaking. And the midday midterms are brought to you by the great campus of Kaiser University. Now, we've been talking about golf. CCAT and I have a golf outing where there's going to be some money involved, a big wager involved coming up. So before I get to that, of course, I got to get to my lessons at the one and only Golf Coaching Center at Kaiser University. There's so many ways to improve your golf game fast at the Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. They've got the facilities, they've got the tools, and most importantly, they got the coaching that you need, and I need as well. You can enjoy the best facilities in the area with outdoor facilities like the expansive chipping and putting area. You got the practice bunkers, huge putting green, and you get a full swing practice area, plus the 2,000 square foot indoor training area, 3 different hitting bays, private classroom. They got it to the nines. Kaiser University's Golf Coaching Center. It's in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. You can find out more at KaiserGolfCenter.com.
All right, boys and girls, first up, grade a pina colada served in a coconut.
Oh, man. See. In the first half, I was like, I ain't rocking. I ain't no pina colada guy. But you throw it in a coconut, that changes the game.
Yeah,
I get that
feel
A-.
I feel like you're getting less pina colada when it's served in a novelty glass.
Yeah. And it just doesn't feel as, like, I don't like pina colada's taste that much. I actually don't like the taste of coconut. And I don't drink a lot of rum. But if you throw a pina colada in a coconut and I'm sitting by the water, a little sand on my toes, that's an A-.
A+ for me.
Yeah. See, I ran into a problem. The reason why I brought this up is I had one over the weekend, and they served the coconut flakes on the side. Big mistake by pouring them in the drink.
Oh, no.
The coconut flakes clog the straw.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's a normal glass where you can just kind of maneuver it and drink it from the side. No, it's a coconut. So you really are at the mercy of your straw and the suction power you got. And I didn't have many.
Okay.
Don't put your coconut flakes in your pina coladas.
No, don't do it.
Especially if you don't have enough suction power.
Yeah.
Such as I don't. Next up, we're going to grade Joel Embiid's NBA career.
Part of the NFL Combine, the suction power?
Yes. How much PSI you got? Grade Joel Embiid's NBA career if it ended today.
It may have very well ended today, and I would grade Embiid's career as oh man, it's a C+.
Whoa.
Oh, you know what? B-. I mean, he's going to go down as one of the worst MVPs of all time, not like peak talent-wise, but just based on what he was able to accomplish in the National Basketball Association, right? He was the number 3 pick in his draft. You know who was the number 41 pick in that same 2014 draft?
Who?
Nikola Jokic. Yeah, a lot more bang for that buck for the Denver Nuggets than what the Sixers got out of Embiid. No conference finals appearances, 1 MVP, and he's missed more games than he's played in. That's a B- for a guy that you spend top 3 capital on. I'm sorry.
I'm going to go with Theo said.
That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
B-. Yeah. Let's all go B- around the board.
All right, next up. So a story came out earlier today about an anonymous team proposing to ban the tush push. There's some league meetings going on in March, but since I
know
had
what team it was.
I had a story, I had anonymous. But since between I found that story and now the team's been released.
Commanders.
Green Bay Packers.
Wow.
Yes.
Why?
The Packers have proposed to ban the tush push.
Sources
told
want to push the tush?
Diana
Jordan Love?
Rossini. Grade banning the tush push.
That's an A+. It's time. They had their fun. They got their Super Bowl. It's time. It is time. First of all, we saw that the center for the Eagles, I forget his name. Is it Jurgensen? Forget the replacement center they have, but he is having back issues already. Jason Kelce might have extended his career by a couple of years if it wasn't for this tush push. Also, it's not an aesthetically pleasing play. I don't like watching them play rugby on the football field. I'm already trying to get rid of the kicks. Now we got these guys playing rugby. A+ banning the tush push. Congrats to the Eagles. You got your Super Bowl. Let's find a new way to get short yardage.
It's really that bad?
Yeah, it's kind of a hack in a way.
It's whack.
It's unexciting, close to automatic.
It's not even my problem that it's automatic. It's my problem that it's also boring as hell to watch. And it highlights one of the biggest issues with the NFL, and that is they have a problem when it comes to the first down measurement stuff, right? And you're getting a lot of that when you're doing this big scrum push thing left and right. That's not fun. That's not a highlight reel. You want to make a highlight reel out of tush pushes, or do you want to see a guy actually use some skill and talent to circumvent a defense on 4th and 2, 4th and 1? You got Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. That's an exciting backfield. Damn it, use it in an exciting way.
I also think there's some rules that you can de-incentivize the use of the tush push where two guys cannot push the quarterback.
Yeah.
Only one.
Make
or maybe
some
you can't push him whatsoever.
That's the thing. It's not like they're going to eliminate the tush push. They're going to eliminate elements of the tush push that make it illegal. So they can find a new way to push the guy. I don't know. But you like it. You like the tush push.
Well, you make me now not like it. So...
Theoretically speaking, propaganda is working.
Yes, yes.
We've converted somebody.
We're pushing our agenda here, baby. It's working.
Grade this a surprise concert tickets trip.
Oh.
Yeah.
I grade that. An A. That's an A.
Thank you.
Especially if the execution is good. Tina?
Theoretical situation.
A.
A?
Yeah.
We like that.
The reason we do that is that's what I did this weekend.
Talk to us. Do we have time to talk here or on the other side?
We'll go to the other side.
Let's do it on the other side then. That way we have the full space to be able to provide the context around CCAT's weekend and a surprise concert move. Tina, stick around. I need your opinion on this.
Okay.
CCAT, warm up the pipes. It's about your time. It's Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. Their award-winning physicians and specialists provide a level of expertise that has resulted in regional firsts and outstanding patient outcomes. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362. To learn more about the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, visit pbhnphysiciangroup.com. pbhnphysiciangroup.com to get in touch with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group.
It's Truck Month with the Ford crew.
Sam, do you know what these trucks have in common?
They're all Ford trucks.
And
they're built Ford tough.
also true, but specifically they're Ford F-Series trucks, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years.
48 years? We should celebrate a month-long event.
Sam.
A truckload of value.
Sam.
Across the entire lineup of Ford trucks.
Sam.
That's called Truck Month already, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I knew it.
Based on 1977 to 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today. Don't miss out on this incredible course. And please, putt responsibly.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Y'all need to put this in rotation in the hip-hop dance class, Tina.
Okay, I'll make sure to
Tell the homie.
tell her that. I can't wait to go back. I'm
Tell the
going
homie.
back.
I'm about to get down right now. I'm about to get down right now. We don't actually. I won't be putting on any dance moves. What we will be doing is getting to what the hell happened with C-Cat over the weekend, because you lied to us. You're right here on the ESPN 106.3 airwaves. You lied to the good fans who wanted to know what's C-Cat doing. What is C-Cat going to be spending his weekend traversing? Why did you lie, and what came of it, C-Cat?
Wait, what was your lie?
My lie was a way to get my girlfriend to make sure she had no plans on Sunday, February 23rd.
What did you say on the air?
On the air, I said the lie that I told my girlfriend, which was
okay.
I have 2 friends that are coming to town. They're flying into Fort Lauderdale. They've got a room paid for at Hard Rock, and then they are going to rent a car and drive down to the Keys. So we need to make sure that we are available that day. Initially, we thought that we were going to host them. And my girlfriend loves to host. And this couple, in particularly, we think that we are on the outside looking in on a future marriage that they're about to have.
Okay.
So we want to get the invite to the wedding and being good
that's
hosts.
what you meant. I thought y'all were trying to, like, make it like a, little
No.
Utah thing.
No.
Okay, no.
No,
You
no.
think?
No, we wanted to make sure that we get invited to the wedding.
Okay, that's
and right now, we haven't had too many points of contact with them, so this is a way to solidify that. I wanted to make this as important as possible so that there was nothing in between my girlfriend and being there for Sunday, February 23rd. What is February 23rd? It is Kelsey Ballerini in concert. That's her favorite. She loves Kelsey Ballerini, and somehow, some way, she didn't know she was going to be in town. So what did I do? I drove past the billboard on 95, and I nearly swerved off the road because I don't know how I haven't seen this before, and bought the tickets. And before I walked into the destination that I was driving to while driving on 95, I texted her to wave off that day because my friends are coming to town. So she had no idea. She thought that we were meeting my friends at Hard Rock, going to have a good night with them, and then we were going to go to a country bar that was nearby in Fort Lauderdale. I did my research. There happened to be a honky-tonk type of area in Fort Lauderdale.
So she dressed for the concert?
Exactly.
Wow. I'm loving this right now.
And it happened to be friends that she doesn't know, so there's no way that she would reach out to these friends beforehand.
Not even like a story reply on Instagram. That's good.
Nope.
Yeah.
It was the perfect storm, and I was able to break the news to her. We even shopped for a new outfit for this night, because when you see friends for the first time, you want to make a good impression. Broke the news to her because we thought we were going to go into the casino without the cowboy hat. I said, keep the cowboy hat. You're going to need it. She said, why? Why did you, what's, and I said, yeah, Kelsey Ballerini in concert. Had Kelsey Ballerini's song Hole in the Bottle playing while I broke the news.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
I love it too.
has a heart.
He does have a heart. What an amazing, spectacular surprise for your girlfriend. C-Cat, you are an honorable boyfriend. And the best part about it, Tina,
that's so sweet.
He didn't even want the credit for this. He set all this up just for her pure joy. He doesn't care that he's the one that put the play in motion.
Not true. I could have bought the tickets and sent her the receipt immediately and said, guess what? We're going to see Kelsey Ballerini in concert. No. The surprise is selfish. The surprise is for me.
Yeah.
I like maneuvering this. I like the reaction of someone that I'm surprising. It's like a practical joke, except it has a positive end and not a negative end.
So are surprise gifts selfish? Because there is a lot of self-interest in behalf of the giver, because it's no longer about just the gift itself, but it's amplified by the execution of the surprise. I do say yes. It's a lot of gray area, Tina, but I do say yes. There is a large selfish nature of you giving somebody a surprise gift. What do you think, Tina?
I don't think it's selfish. I think you are wanting to see the other person's reactions, and you care about that.
All right. Just saying, a lot of people love getting credit for surprise gifts, like C-Cat, who just told his story on there. Go in love, go in peace, go in joy.
Mondays just got better for the men of Palm Beach County. Unlimited Auto Wash is offering $5 off any wash every Monday at all 6 convenient locations. Men's Monday at Unlimited Auto Wash. Don't miss it.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. Tonight, the Heat are warming up and heading to Atlanta to take on Trae Young and the Hawks. Will Miami bring the Heat on the road, or will the Hawks offense soar? It's the Heat and Hawks. We go live to Atlanta at 7.